Okay. It seems to be working. Good. My mic working? Yes, it is. Make sure, because last my stream I forgot to check my mic was working and I had my mic muted. That's kind of funny. There you go. It's upcoming. It's now live. If I now... My chat should allow me to open it now. Hopefully. Oh no, because I forgot to do that. Whoops. Close that. Select light source. Activate. Here, this. Like that. And then we... No. Oh, I just turned it... Oh, did I break it? I don't think so. Trigger fake message. I think it works there. Always on top. Unclickable. There we go. Let me just test real quick. Yep. So from the looks of it, it should be working. Yep, it's all working. Cool. Okay. Hello and welcome to Doki Fruits of the Literature Club. I have no clue what this game has installed for us. It looks quite good and the music's really good. So this will be the next one we play. I've viewed this 11 hours of content. So this will be our next one for quite some time. So that'd be good. Be quite good. Although what I am a bit surprised with, for some reason it's always on the main menu. I presume that's whoever's made its favourite thing. It should be their favourite character, I'd presume. But, you know, only one way to find out. Well, so yeah, we'll see how it goes. I don't know how this goes. It says it deals with heavy themes and there's a good end. Each character has one good ending and bad ending. So only one way to find out how it goes. And that is by doing it. By playing. In the hopes that nothing goes horribly wrong. Anyway, I think we'll start. Let's go. Begin. Please enter your name. The one and only Echo. The morning sun hits my eyeballs, causing them to squint shut. Having my experience I am used to, but nonetheless annoyed. This is one of the few times I wish I had long hair. Block out the sun from hitting my eyes. But unfortunately, I am mandated to keep my hair below a certain length. The rhythmic sound of the train hitting the rails remains a reminder of where I am destined. I look out of the window that I happen to be sitting next to and into the city. The stories I have heard about this place when I found out I was coming here, I'll tell you, it left a sour taste in my mouth. The train begins to lose momentum, signaling our arrival momentarily. I hear a familiar digital sound emitting from my watch, indicating the new hour that we have reached. Just as it does 23 other times a day. The train comes to a halt. The passengers around me, including myself, stand up and begin to depart our vessel. Oh wow, that is nice. The moment I step out into a nicely maintained concrete, I hear a voice calling out to me. Echo, Echo. I cock my head slightly towards the direction of the sound and see an old man that used to be an acquaintance of mine. I turn around and walk towards the man. I didn't expect to see you here, old man. Before me is a man around 5 foot and 7 inches. Pretty short compared to most normal people I'm around. His wrinkled face and squinted eyes turn into a genuine smile at the sight of me. Same with you. What are you doing here? Literally just going to town. Oh? You here for anything special? One of his eyebrows lift up. Nope. Just here to go to school. His face changes if it looks as surprised. What is that face for, old man? I thought I would hear those words coming from your mouth, Echo. Back in, well, you know. You weren't so prey to go to school. That I was not. But times have changed, and I'm ready to go to a normal school for once. His smile returns. He pats me on the back with an all too familiar pattern. Haha, well that's great. And what are you doing here? Well, I retired, came out here to live with my daughter and her kids. Daughter? Now there is something I didn't expect you to say. Well, everyone gets old and needs to settle down eventually. Yep, I never thought you would. I expect you to remain with the majority of us until you finally gave out. Well, here I am. Do you have a place to stay? Yep, I have a house somewhere near the school. Eastern side? Northeast. Ah, I know it. Need a ride? Well, I didn't have any other plans. Are you gonna walk there? Pretty much. Where's your luggage? Everything I own is in the bag on my back. I point out my thumbs to a black leather bag I have securely strapped onto me. You always have a light, don't you? Easier to disappear when necessary. He chuckles. Come on, let me show you to my car. By your leave? Okay, from the sounds of it, our character has been probably with some very interesting characters. The old man had a pretty stylish car. My father used to have one of these. An A69 Mustang. She's a beauty, isn't she? Is this how you spent your retirement fund? Oh no, I still have a good half left. So out of the 800 grand I gave you spent over a quarter of it already? Kids aren't cheap. As well as this nice looking car. The black Mustang accelerates onto a turnpike and eventually into a city street. When we depart the train station, I expect to be a short ride to the place I'm living at. But I was very wrong. Turns out the station is about 15 minutes straight drive on the freeway. Doesn't seem much if you're the driver, but if you're walking like myself, it would have taken as long as 3 hours. The convenience of a freeway allows drivers to get across great distances at a greater speed than normal roads. So are you still on Ashley's detail? You idle? Nah, I left that a long time ago. Trouble from up? Nope, just did as much as I could then. So in short, you won't need it anymore. Pretty much. Bummer. Bummer? I don't socialize well with others, especially with teenagers with a small degree of popularity among more hormonal teenagers. It sounds to me that you got into some drama with that girl. Hey, welcome Zed, how are you doing? Welcome to stream. I don't know what you're talking about. Look back towards a casual glare in his face. Oh, come on, don't tell me you didn't try to get her. Are you serious? No. Good. You know that isn't allowed. That, and I don't really have a need for that type of relationship right now. Or at all, if I really look at it. You will eventually. Doubt it. Remember me? Indeed I do. You've been in chat a few times. I can't remember which stream exactly you popped into, but I recognize your name. We remain quiet for a few moments. I keep thinking on my comment about the relationship. It's not like I don't want one. It's the fact that I'm in the position I am, I would be a lot of unnecessary stress. Not every day that I can breathe and live a normal life day by day. Every day has a small amount of repetitiveness to it. But that is another story. A second. Almost here. Oh, again, I appreciate it, right? You should stop by one day for dinner. I think my daughter would love to meet you. Why's that? I rubbed my eyebrows at him. Because you're basically like me when I was younger. She's always nagging me about telling her about my younger years. You haven't, right? Of course not, I know better. I was about to say, don't lecture me on policies. I lived by them for 30 years, Echo. With age comes easiness, old man. I still think I could take you. Yeah, that would be interesting. I am still active, you know. How so? Granted, the man was old, but he still had a pretty fit body. Usually when I get older, especially where I come from, they tend to let themselves go. They say, forget it, worked hard all these years, I earned this, and then just let the boys waste of alcohol, tobacco, and junk food. I teach self-defense downtown. Well, that's one way. You should pop by, give some of the ruffians in my class a little reality check. Oh, why is that? Because you and I both know to never underestimate an opponent. They could just be as clever, attentive, aware, and more skilled than you. Ah, the old 1x4 rule. Exactly. As he says those words, we turn a corner and find ourselves in a pretty nice suburban neighborhood. This is it? Yep, this is it. Pull the polished metallic door handle and exit the car. Look back at the man and give him one last gesture of farewell. Thank you, Jeff. You got it. Okay, of all the names that I expect him to be, I was not expecting his name to be Jeff. It's not a bad name, it's just, you know, I wasn't expecting it. Before switching gears and leaving, he gives me one last smile. Well then, let's check this place out. I look around the neighborhood and notice the suburban block has the same architecture for almost all the buildings. I look at the spacing between the houses I am living in the next one to it on both sides. I check the integrity of the fence that borders. Decent strength. Take a stroll around the perimeters of the house. Take note of the number of windows, the position on the structure, and the height from the ground. The second story window should be fine. I take note of what looks to be a balcony and back door. I walk towards the front of the house and notice a girl walking down the street. She's wearing a counterpart of the uniform I was given for school, so she must be going to the same school as I am. She has somewhat of a skip in her step. The blue eyes look up into the sky and at a flower she passed by. Her hair is coral pink. She has a bright red bow on the left side of her hair. It looks sloppily placed. I rub my eyes because I swear I see her glow. That girl seems to emanate joy. I scoff at her. I scoff at her and turn myself to the door. Kids will learn the world isn't all sunshine and rainbows as she thinks. I lock the door and enter. My goodness, dude. I think our guy is still a kid. Immediately I'm greeted with a short hallway around 3 steps before the kitchen opens up to the right. The kitchen is rather modern and well furnished. I check the fridge and nothing. I check it out myself, not knowing what else to expect. The place is refurbished, but I was curious. I close the fridge and look to the living room which borders it. I take a look in the living room and out the windows. I look and see if I can see the space directly below the window. I can't. I walk across the room and open a small white door. It leads into a laundry room with a washer and dryer. Luxury, it'll definitely be easier than manually washing and drying my clothes. I close the door and head upstairs. Immediately on my left is the bathroom, and across from that is my bedroom. They seriously did not spare any expense for the decor here. In my bedroom there is a closet, dresser, bed, desk, and 7 miscellaneous items to make it look lived in. I take a moment to place my backpack on the bed and survey the area from my window. Once I get a good understanding, I walk out of my room. Next to the stairwell is a sliding glass door that leads to the balcony. I walk out into the medium-sized cement balcony. My goodness, our guy is proper surveying this. I lean forward on the wall, with my forearm supporting me, and look out into the neighborhood. I can see some grade school age kids playing with a jungle gym, some well-funded parents purchased. I also see an old man petting his dog in his front yard. Neighborhood watch, men here, eh? I look to my left and notice the same girl earlier in her room. I didn't realize I lived so close to her. Through the glass window of her bedroom, I notice her moving around from left to right the room. She's moving something? Most likely a change of clothes. She stops in front of the window, facing to the side. She makes a few faces which confirm my initial theory as correct. She's looking into a mirror. She unders her red tie, pulls a grey jacket and starts unbuttoning her white undershirt. Yep. I turn away from the view and return inside. Yeah, you might want to close the window, Sayori. That's a bit foolish, leave it open. Oh, it's 20 something. I watch beeps indicating it's now 8 o'clock. 4 more hours until midnight. Normally I would be in bed by now, but I am awaiting an important call. It doesn't bother me much since I've gone days before without sleep. Losing a few hours for one night isn't gonna kill me. I kick up my feet on the opposite end of the couch and lean back. Continue to read the book that I have in my hands. I made sure to turn on the news earlier. I got a general idea of the community here. I made it a habit of mine to always check the local news to scout out the area, to see whether there's high crime, no crime, political activity, the usual. I'm not a big fan of politics, but knowing the local debate helps me understand the people better. My goodness, dude, you're prepared. The sound of my phone going off sends a shiver down my spine. It isn't the sound that sends the feeling down my back, it's the reason for it. I answer the phone. Oh wait, 36. Oh wow, that was late. Wait, we don't even find out what it's about? That's annoying. 6 o'clock hits and I'm ready for school. For a normal person not used to wearing uniforms, the school's outfit does seem a bit excessive. But since I have been in all uniforms all my life, this is nothing to me. I take a look at the mirror for a quick medical check, no wounds or scabs overnight. I take another drink of water and plan my day. I will follow my normal school schedule on my way home. And on my way home, I will stop by the grocery store and pick up some food, then head home. Once I get home, I will go on a run to get me familiar with the area. And when that is done, I'll be on free time. Take one last look in the mirror and retrieve my bag. So obviously we were some sort of bodyguard from the sounds of it. As I reached the gates of the school, I noticed a congregation of students in the courtyard. There are all little groups of students huddled around each other, all doing different things. Some were on their phones, just ignoring each other. Some were running around acting like children. And some were socializing with each other like normal people. I ignore them all. There isn't a reason for me to talk to any of them. With one backpack strapped around my shoulder, I entered the large white concrete building. But you just say school. After a self-taught school, I've reached my first room. The school itself wasn't too large. I've definitely been in much larger compounds. It wasn't a problem to find my locker, my first class, and the lunch area. Students passed by me, all casually talking and complaining about everyday things. I silently laughed to myself about some of the petty things these inexperienced people complain about. Okay, we kind of have like a superiority complex. It gives me a sense of gratitude for where I come from. I never complained about my phone having a micro crack, or that I didn't get the money I wanted to go see the latest movie. Stupid things like that irritate me. The bell rings and I enter the classroom. Third period has ended and it's now time for lunch. I noticed that girl that lives next to me was in my class, and I have overheard several classmates and other teachers call her Sorori. The name instantly engraves itself into my mind. Without hesitation, students stood up from their desk and depart. I stand up, stretch quickly, grab my bag and leave the classroom. I approach my locker and get ready to switch out my books. Before I can even touch my locker, I hear some grunting. My head perks up a little and I head towards the sound. It was on the opposite side of my locker. When I turn my head around the corner, I see the same girl who was in my class and lived next to me having trouble with her lock. She seems to be generally having a hard time with her lock. Having trouble there, are you? I reveal myself from around the corner. Where? No, I got it. You sure? You look like you can't seem to unlock that. It's hard to do this thing. I organized and touched the lock. What's the combination? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to steal your textbooks, but I happen to have the same exact copies of? No? Okay, fine. It's 726. I can't read numbers. It's 92717. The lock clicks. There you go. What? You got it that fast? I am very familiar with those types of locks. I show her how to properly orientate the lock combination. That's how you unlock these. Thank you. I wave my hand to her locker and turn around. Hey, wait! I turned around to look at her. You're that new guy in class today. Yep, I remember seeing you while I was walking home yesterday. Ah, yes, I remember you too. Your name is Echo. Echo? I like that name. It's what I was given. Anyway, goodbye. I turned away from her and again returned to my locker. Where are you going? I'm going to put my stuff away, then go eat. Don't forget what I showed you. Okay, thank you. The final bell signifies the end of the school day. I grab my bag and depart down the hallway. As I walked down the hallway, I bypassed two girls who were in a debate about something I didn't care too much about to notice. Something about manga. Manga literature, probably. I had a schedule to stick to, so I didn't stick around to pay any attention to their favorite conversations. Or frivolous conversations. As I reached the gates of school, I hear a voice call after me. Echo, wait up. Turning around to immediately prepare for someone to chat with me. But I am only met with the sight of Sorori running up to catch up with me. Echo, what you want? Also, why are you shouting? You're gonna draw attention as if something's bad's happening, woman. Oops, I didn't like that. Sorry. Anyway, I had a question for you. A question? If it's something I can answer, I guess you can ask. Okay. Already, I will admit, I'm not a fan of my character. He seems very entitled. He very much acts as if he's above everyone. So I know you're new here and all, and I don't want to overwhelm you. But have you looked into any of the clubs we offer here at the school? Clubs? Elaborate, please? Oh, well, we have little groups of students who participate in extracurricular activities for fun and to get experience for college. Okay. What is your point of asking me this? Well, I was curious to see if you'd want to join mine. You have a club? Yep, I am the vice president of the literature club. Literature club? So you just read books and write all afternoon? That is a pretty mean and blunt way to put it. Well, excuse me, but it doesn't really sound very attention-catching. I think I'll pass on that proposal for now. Not even if I ask really nicely? No. Meanie. I've been called worse. Sorry flashed a pout towards me a couple of times in an attempt to break my resolve. Unfortunately, I'm very efficient at keeping a straight and professional face. Dude, every morning, afternoon and evening I always have a friend. We pay our classes a visit and make sure we're all professional. But what on earth? Anyway, I'm going home. You enjoy your club? Okay, bye. Turn away from her and head home. As I watched the steak on the portable oven grill, I occasionally glanced over to the homework I was given. Normal English, social history subjects were a breeze for me. Maths was a different subject. The maths I normally use in life is much different than this general principle they teach in school. In short, they're two different ball games. But begrudgingly, I continued to finish the work, taking a few breaks at times to continue to make my meal. I sat on a lean cut of meat cooked medium rare with asparagus and rice. All a high nutrition value and very filling. I cooked several steaks and prepared different portions of asparagus and rice for later meals. It's better to prep your food now and eat it later, in my opinion. That is what I used to do in my own school where I lived in a dorm with about 80 other students. It made it really easy to wake up when signaled to eat quickly and get my morning hygiene routine done. What on earth kind of school did we go to? I slid my homework in a special folder I have designated for work I need to do while home. I finished making my final steak, which I plan to eat tonight since it was the freshest. As I sit on the table, I eat silently. During this time, I just clear my mind and finish eating my food at a fast pace. It's the equivalent of meditation for me as it is to others. Back in my old school, it was very hard to remain focused while eating since we only had 10 minutes to eat our food. My goodness, what school did you go to? That included getting to the hall, grabbing our food, getting to seat and then eating. Normally by the time you made it through the line, you'd really lost 5 minutes. So eating fast was paramount. But it was during these times I learned to focus only on eating. I cleared my mind, it was much easier. Only oddly calming. I had gained quite an appetite after my run around the block earlier. Now I have a good idea of its ins and outs from the neighborhood. Some may ask why I do this, but the answer is simple. Know your way out of any situation. You never know when you're in immediate escape. While I was returning from a run, I saw Sorry arrive at her house. I had the opportunity to say hi, but I dismissed it. There isn't a reason for me to get involved with that girl, or anyone for that matter. Why would she even ask me to join her club? Well, a couple of possibilities. She's lonely. She's attracted to me and she is looking for a way to get to know me more. Or she's just inherently friendly and bubbly. But it is kind of foolish to just push such a request on someone you only just met. A lesson I learnt very well as a young child. Ever since then, I am always cautious about where I am and who I meet. Someone even as simple looking as Sorry can hide in an evil past. One that we cannot run from. Shake my head, breaking myself out of these thoughts. I finished my dinner long ago. I quickly cleaned the dishes and put them away. Next day at school. I'm not a fan of our character. Lunch period has arrived and oh, sorry, there's something in my eye. That's not my eyeball. Lunch period has arrived and I do my booked exchange as normal. Once I close my lock, I hear another grunt from the opposite side. Probably Sorry. I peer on the corner and sure enough, there she is. She looks like she's struggling with her lock again. Before confronting her, I watch her carefully. She is definitely trying the way to disarm the lock that I showed her yesterday. So that is good, I guess. I watch her carefully to see if she's successful. Click. The lock releases and she opens her locker with a happy smile. I turn around and return to my locker, but before I could really do anything, I hear, "Thank you, Echo." You saw me? Man, she has good peripheral vision. No problem. I crawl out from my locker. I close the silver-colored door and return to notice that Sorry's right behind me. Gee, really? For goodness sake. I don't like that. Hi. Did your parents never tell you to not sneak up on people like that? You didn't notice me walk right past you? Evidently not. Oh, I am sorry. Not like you intentionally attempted to scare me. If you did, then I'd have to fight you. No, you don't. But what? I'm just joking with you. That isn't funny. Where I come from, that type of humor is just the tip of the iceberg. Where on earth did you come from, dude? Anyway, what do you want? Well, I was going to ask you thought about the literature club thingy I asked you about yesterday. This again? Pretty sure yesterday I told you no. Well, it was worth a shot. I guess? Anyway, I guess I will talk to you later. Leaving so soon? Huh? Don't give me those puppy dog eyes and run away at a simple rejection. In life, you're gonna have to face a lot of it. Don't just run away from them. Guess I saw you eating lunch alone yesterday. You did? Yeah, I need somebody to eat with today. No, you're probably just gonna be a meanie again. I'm not being mean, I'm just telling you the truth. The truth is not always easy to hear. Still. Okay, I'll join your literature club, sorry. But that's all it took. That's really all it took. You made such a big deal about how you don't need to do anything, and then you just went, yeah, I'll join. Really? No. Okay, that's mean. Ah, you're so mean. If you try to dance around the truth, it hurts more. Better than I denied your invitation now than to lie to you about it later. I don't like this. Listen, how about we go eat now? If you don't ask me to join the club again, I won't be a meanie. I make quotation marks with my fingers. Other than that, we should be fine. Okay. I don't like my character. Sawyer and I make our way to the lunchroom. It takes a gym-sized multi-purpose room that has been riddled with several rows of wooden tables. Definitely enough to fit the number of students eating in lunch here. That was bad English. We get our food and sit down at a nearby table. Sawyer and I begin talking to each other. And by each other, I mean her. Tell me about yourself, Echo. There isn't much to tell. Well, there has to be something. Why'd you come here? You go to school? I went to another school far away and decided I needed a different and new start. Oh, why's that? Just felt like it. Just felt about it is a saying we use at my old school for don't ask about it, you don't need to know. Micah, what earth school did you go to? What about you? Why are you here? I started to go to school here when I came with my family. That was 12 years ago. And you're how old? I'm 18. Ah, so you pretty much spent all your life here. Yep. Interesting. So what you do for fun, sorry? Oh, lots of things. I like to draw, I like to read, I like to run around and play. And I like to play with animals. So overall, you're pretty random. Yeah. Well then, what about you? Eh? What do you like to do? Read? Read, is that it? Well, I exercise a lot, but I don't really consider that a hobby of mine. I need to maintain a level of fitness at all times. Why? Just feel like it. Don't ask. Don't ask. Okay. Anyway, we're done with lunch. Let's go back to the lockers. Okay. I closed my locker. The rest of the class's books in my bag. Thank you for eating lunch with me, Echo. No problem. Oh, yeah. Would you like to walk home with me after school today? Me? Why? Because we also live right next door to each other, so I just walks out. I walk alone. Oh, come on. Ugh, fine. Yay. But there's one thing. A catch, I knew it. When I decided to walk home, I knew she had something hidden. Usually when someone asks you something, there's a motive behind that question. I don't seem to surprise Sorry. What is it? You have to come to my club. What? I told you no. But you said you'd walk home with me. And I walk home after the literature club. I can very easily change my answer to a profound no. But I promised the other club members I would introduce you today. Don't make promises you can't keep. They're all really excited to meet you. One member even said she'd bake cupcakes. What's this? It is Undertale Fruits of the Literature Club. So, yeah, so far it's interesting. Our character moved from another town. This is his second day here in the school. And our character's a bit of a jerk. One member even said she baked cupcakes. How many of you are there? In the literature club? No, in general. I don't like that. That rubs me the wrong way. No, in general, you are so persistent. It's quite annoying, really. Hey, Echo. It would really mean a lot if you did. I don't really care if it means anything to you. Use our sleazy tactic to persuade me to join your club. You don't have to join, just at least stay and wait for me to finish. You can meet the other girls in the club too, that way you aren't bored. I really don't like our character's attitude. You don't let up, do you? Fine, I'll wait for you. Yay. Rogers will hop while cheering victoriously. Dude, you've got a problem. This is funny, okay. For considering nagging even when you don't have the right to. No person tells me how to eat my food or when to shower or when to do pretty much anything other than my own mother. and she earned that a 40 over me. The only reason I let the few men older than me order me around is due to seniority over me. Once you're out of that chain, you can no longer control me. This is one of the reasons I was at the top of my class at my old school. Now that I think of it, there was no other person who could order me. But she's gone now. I'll see you later today, Echo. She'll tell me the room number of the literature club before trotting off to the next class. Ugh. I shoveled towards my next class. I really don't like my character. He's such a douche. He's not a nice person. I arrived at the room number so it gave me to go to after lunch. Class had been over for over 10 minutes. So it told me to show up at a specific time. I checked my watch and wait for the time to come. Alright, here we go. I open the door to the classroom and enter. I'm not a very nice person either. You've been quite nice in chat. I just don't like the way he's talking about Sorry so far. It's a bit... It's not the nicest way to talk to anyone, really. And he seems to be on a high horse. That's because I'm sparing you. Well, thank you. It's greatly appreciated. It looks like a normal English classroom. I take a quick second look around the room. But it wasn't long before a blue-eyed monster obstructed my vision. Now that's better. Echo, I'm glad you came, because Sorry is a monster. Didn't really have any other choice. Sorry, You didn't say the other member was a boy. It didn't seem important at the time. I see that doesn't seem like something important. If he is a club member, he is a club member. A tall purple-haired girl arrives in front of the room with the three of them, promptly coming to my defense if I call. Wait a minute, I overheard these two arguing about manga yesterday. The boys ruin everything. But he looks kind of a douche too. Dude, you are though. You can't deny you are. I walk into the club for like 30 seconds, only 5 words, and I'm the douche. I get the urge to open my mouth, but I restrain it. Good. If I'm gonna be here for however long this club does its business for, I better keep tension low. Because believe me, I know how difficult things can get when you're forced to be around a group of people that don't like you. Now, so you can assume such a thing about someone right off the bat is pretty hurtful. Yeah, my feelings are real hurt. The pink-haired girl named Nasuki presumably looks away while angrily gritting her teeth. The most recent girl, the one with brown hair, is the last to come to my defense. Hey, it's Monica, yeah. No more beating up the bit. Not today. We should. Hopefully, I'll be back to do more Undertale tomorrow. We're taking a break from Undertale, and I'll be back to it tomorrow. She has the proud and confident demeanor that stands upon her. She catches my eye for a second. Ugh, whatever. I'm sorry. Apology accepted. Granted, there was nothing really to apologize for, but I still accept it out of respect. I am Monica. Echo. I'm the president of the literature club. Is there anything I can do to make you more comfortable here with us? Just ask. I will make sure to take you up on that. Monica looks oddly familiar. I shrugged a feeling and dismissed it. So Monica, yeah? What type of things do you do here at the literature club? I'm very glad you asked, Echo. We focus on the study and application of many forms of literature. Interesting. Choi smiles, perks up. What interests you in literature? Nothing. I'm only here for Sorry. Oh? She looks at Sorry, who is scrimming her shoes. I'm escorting her home today, and she's insisted I waited here for her. So I'm just a guest. But I hope you will join. Oh. Well, I certainly hope you join if you're interested. Another member will register us as an official club. So if you have under 5 members in your club, it isn't really a club? Yeah. Ah, so I was correct to sense a hint of bureaucracy here. Oh, how very observant, Echo. I heard you were new, which is why I'm surprised you caught on that so quickly. But whenever I go to new places, I always like to survey everything so I understand the social norm. Oh, well, I hope you enjoyed your stay with us here today. We're just about to start. Alright. Monika's voice was confident as her stature was. It was oddly entertaining to observe. She definitely caught me off guard for a second there. I didn't expect anyone at this school to possess even a shred of sheer confidence. I was clearly wrong from how Monika presented herself. And the fact that she is the president of the club immediately shows me she's an academic. But something continues to dig at my mind about her. She looks so familiar. Wait a minute, is that Jeff's daughter? Hey Natsuki, when are you gonna pass me one of those cupcakes? I'm starving for one. Sori asks while taking a seat. The girl has a few desks arranged to form a table. As soon as Sori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monika and one next to Sori. Natsuki and Yuri walk to the corner of the room when Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens a closet. I take a seat next to Sori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Ooh. She lifts the foot off the table to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute. You did visit. Hey, hello. That I am. Welcome to chat. How are you doing? I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know, just hurry and take one. Roy grabs one first, then Monika and I follow. It's delicious. Roy throws a mouthful and has managed to get icing on her face. Turn the cupcake around my fingers looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki's quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. She waited for me to take a bite. I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavour. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. But why would you be thanking me? It's not like I made them for you or anything. Yeah. Well, Sori said someone's making cupcakes in preparation for my arrival. Oh, okay. Maybe, but not for you, you know, you dummy. Okay. I give up Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table with carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Ah, I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated, Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not. Insulted, she looks away. I meant that you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a passion for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. You finally smiles to herself in relief. She takes a sip of the tea and immediately recognizes what type of brew it is. It's a strain of oolong tea, not one of my favourites, but better than the gruel that they served at my old school called tea. Nonetheless, I drink it. So Monika, why is it that you started your own club? From what I've seen so far, there are a few large-scale clubs already. Well, you know. To be fair, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if I encourage others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monika is a really great leader. Yuri nods in agreement, but I'm surprised that more people in the club already. It must be hard to start a new club in the competition against all the others. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it comes to something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people they're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yep. We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. You reading? I don't mind it. I just don't do it very often. Well, actually I do it a lot now because I play Doki Doki. Such different girls all interested in the same goal. Monika must have worked really hard to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. I Although I don't intend to lower my guard on this getting Echo to join the club schnick Tori has. So Echo, what kind of things would you like to read? Me? Well, I haven't read a book since 2021. I read some books when I was on holiday. I got halfway through, I need to finish it, but I just keep not getting around to it. I don't really have a preference. I will pretty much read anything I can find. No preference? What's the most recent thing you read? An educational book about birds. Oh. Why birds, if you don't mind me asking? Just felt like it. That time it was genuine. I read pretty much anything I can. And I happened to come across a book about bird spotting. That's pretty interesting, if you say so. Would you like to read, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri chases the rim of a teacup with a finger. My favourites are usual novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The levels of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is especially impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up when she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements which only immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you through a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I've read a pretty good few horror novels. Really? I wouldn't have expected that of you, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, Asuki's eyes darted over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Nasuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. And give me that back. Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Tori then slides up behind Nasuki and puts her hands on his shoulders. I'm not cute. So you write your own poems, eh? Well, I guess sometimes. Or do you care? I think that's rather impressive nowadays. Do you show your poems? No. Why? Nasuki reversed her gaze. You wouldn't like them. I'm not a very confident writer yet. I understand how she feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing them even the deepest reaches of your heart. You have experience writing too, Yuri? Maybe if you shared some of your work, you can set an example and help Nasuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Oh, I want to read everyone's poems. We'll all sit in silence for a moment. Okay. An idea, everyone. Nasuki and Yuri look positively at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Next time we meet, we'll share them with each other. That way everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Because now that we have a new member, I think it'll help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bonds of the club. Isn't that right, Echo? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on! I raised my index finger. Eh? What's that? Remember, I said I wasn't interested at this time. I'm only here as Sori's escort home. Allfallen stared back at me with dejected eyes. It's probably the best if I just tell you flat out right now. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry, I thought... I remember. Better then for me to lie to you all, because I continue to look defeated and heartbroken. For goodness sake, I forget how difficult it was to get out of these situations, girls. I keep remembering the first time it affected me. For goodness sake, Ashley. I looked down at the floor and back off for a second. The little thing stared on me with hurt eyes. Am I gonna have to do this junk, aren't I? Here it goes. But that doesn't mean it won't change. That's great. That gives a little leeway to try to convince you. Monica raises up and smiles confidently. Her eyelids are shut, but I can practically see their excitement. Yes. I've had situations with girls in my town. Mine Absolutely zero. Can't say I've ever had any situations anything remotely close to this. Try raises both your hands in joy. I guess that is okay. If I find this is all for cupcakes, I'll be super annoyed. Anyway, everyone, I think with that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Mark looks each to good. Everyone remembers tonight's assignments. Write a poem to bring to next club meeting, then we can all share. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Asuki clean up their food. Okay, Echo, are you ready to walk home? Very much so. Yay. Yeah, my tea bag's in my way. A sec. With that, the two of us depart the club and begin our walk home. The sun was out and blazing with little to no clouds obstructing it. It is rather hot today, which makes my run later a little more arduous, but not like I really care. I have done many runs, some monitored in much hotter temperatures, and that is pretty difficult as we were given a limited amount of water for the entire run. Our walks were so far not so bad, but I struck up a few conversations about what I do outside of school. Of course, I am not going to tell the truth about what I do. I have more than one document restricting me from doing so. What on earth were you doing, dude? I just simply shrug and respond, I have nothing really. You mean there's nothing you do out of school? Well, I guess I have a part-time job, but that's only when they really need me. And lately it's been pretty slow, so I guess I don't really do any working. Now, what did you do before you came here? My old school? Well, I was in a large building where the students lived. At least in my class. Your old class? Yeah. Whenever we weren't doing anything, some of us sat around doing nothing. And some of us just packed up some more extra credit work. Which one are you? Here, I think the answer is obvious. You shoots me a question and glare which I don't acknowledge. Oh, what type of job do you have? It's not important. Sure it is. Come on, Echo. I'm telling you about me, why can't you do that too? It's like I'm talking to a brick sometimes. Ouch, that hurts. Judging my facial expression, Shory sticks a tongue out at me. Meanie. My life secrets must be earned. My sweet blue-eyed angel. Sorry, eyes go wide. That's a joke, by the way. Bird continues her barrage of questions all the way until we reach the neighborhood. Oh, we're here. Yep. I turn back to her and start my walk home. Wait, Echo? What? Thank you for walking me home and going to the literature club with me. You used some cheeky little tricks to achieve those milestones. But it's fine, you're welcome. This is next day at 20 past 1? My phone rings. I reach in my coat pocket and grab it and lean back on a tree. It was a dark night and the brush around didn't allow any large pockets of moonlight in. I'm here. Good, get ready. What on earth did we do? I ended the call and slid the phone into my coat pocket. I keep my posture against the tree and notice a commotion down below. I look down from my perch into the streets below. A black Rolls Royce pulls up on a curb. Several men get out of the car. A valet quickly accepts it and drives towards the nearby parking garage. Normal late night crowd. I really sense someone approaching me, so I turn around to face them. It's about time. What on earth do we do? I don't know if I like my character. He's up to something shady. I close my locker and get ready for lunch. But of course I am stopped. Hi Echo. Hey, what is it you need? I just wanted to see if you're okay. Yeah? Well, I saw you leaving your house pretty late last night. You were watching me? What? No. I just happened to notice you leaving as I was going to bed. Well, I went to go on the errand. Lean back my locker and run my hand through my hair. Shory leans forward while clutching her backpack. Well, I was just curious. Well, I'm going now. I lean back upwards and start my way away from Shory. Oh, one more thing, Echo. May walk home again today? Raise my hand to my face and stretch my forehead. You're gonna make me wait around in the club again, aren't you? Well, I kind of have to. I go over after school. I guess. Might as well. I have nothing else better to do. Sighing, I come to realize that there's probably a book that I could read as I wait. Yay. I see you there after school. Before I entered the clubroom, Soy waited outside for me. As I walked up, I knew exactly what she was trying to do. She was waiting to see if I actually showed up. Well, I guess it's my fault for doing so. The door closed behind both of us. I'm shrouded in a much different atmosphere than normal school projects. Echo, good to see you back today. Mother walks towards me, still putting on her everlasting smile. Yep, well, I'm here until Soy goes home. Still here for when she walks home, huh? Well, today we are reading our poems, and I hope you enjoy it. Sure. I can't wait. I am super excited to read everyone's poems. Yeah, not as excited as Yuri? Not at all. To be fair, not many people can get excited like Story does. On the few days I've known her, I can understand that. Thanks for coming back, Echo. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a circumstance for you. Making you delve headfirst into literature, you know. That's not too. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Troy told me you didn't even want to be here. If you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. She finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, she pops back into her seat. A survey of the girls' conversations. So it looks like I have a profile down for each of the girls. Shori is an energetic diz, Natsuki is aggressive, Yuri is shy and attentive, Monica is a leader. Granted, these are simplified perceptions of them, but nonetheless they aren't bad people. I lean back in my seat and grab one of the books from my bag and place it on my lap. Don't worry guys, Echo's pretty hardworking. He usually does all of his homework in class and he does pretty well. Our social studies teacher was astonished. I don't know what you're hyping me up for, I just did my work as instructed. Oh, Yuri, he brought you something today, you know? Wait, sorry? You brought something for me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Try and make it sound like it's a big deal, but it's really not. What do I do? Yeah, I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking. I can tell she's uncomfortable, she shifts in her seat, looks away nervously. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. Is that so? Plus there's no reason for me to make a big deal out of it. Alright, well here. You reach into the bag and pulls out a book. I don't want you to feel left out, even if you aren't joining the club. Ah, well, thank you. Since I am pretty much finished my current book, I'll make sure to read this. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. Interesting. I'll keep the offer in mind. She looks pleasant, but pleased and relieved as she gingerly runs her fingers across the book sits in her lap. Okay everyone. Troy and Monica enthusiastically pull out the poems. Troy's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica's wrote to her in a composite notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. Monica looks towards me. Echo, I think it'd be good practice if each of us showed you our poems as well. Is that okay? Sure. I set my book down and the book that Yuri gave me into my bag. Who shall start with first? Let's go Sorry. Then Sorry, who was already staring at me, waiting. Almost as if she knew I was going to pick her. Either that or she was hoping I'd pick her first. Sorry, let me see what you wrote. Here you go. This is the same with Base Camp. Dear Sunshine, the way you glow from our blinds in the morning. It makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. But if it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want my breakfast. I want breakfast. At the read his poem, I noticed her handwriting. It's what I expect, so let me guess. You wrote this when you woke up today, right? What makes you say that? You put that you wanted breakfast. So, since this assessment was given to you yesterday, at what point since then would you want breakfast? Other than that, it's a nice poem. You really think so? Yay. Whose poem shall we next? Go Monica's. Rock my head towards Monica. Monica? Yeah? Would you mind if I read your poem? Of course. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the sparkle protrudes. A nosy neighbour, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know I wasn't home. Peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. A real blind like a film left out in the sun. It's too late. My retinas are very scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It wasn't too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realized now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he on the other side was looking in. So what do you think? It's very freeform. I think that's the right word for it. It's okay. Yep, that's the kind of style that's gone pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can become really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure how to put it. I guess you could say I had a kind of epiphany recently. I've been re-influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yep, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that, because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone's better friends with each other. Anyway, it's something I like to focus on when I write. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or story, your brain tends to get too fixated on a certain point. If you try hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. Not my head. Very wise words. You're truly more intellectual than you initially came off, Monica. Thanks for listening. Pass the poem back to her. Leave the best for last. May I read your poem? Ray looks disheartened and shyly holds a poem in her hand. Sure. Rose under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calmly breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But you took a long time to read. I had to reread it multiple times. Not a bad thing, just making sure I understood it. Yeah? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems, not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghost storing? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Echo. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last minute place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn put it that way. Would have never thought of it like that. That's impressive. He smiles softly and takes the poem back. Who shall read next? Natsuki. I turn to Natsuki. When we make eye contact, she looks away for a second, clearly perplexed. Mind if you read your poem? While saying anything, she studies the poem to me face down. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, critters can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Yeah. I told you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in this high school thinks writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, but people don't even give my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. In fact, even the more complex a message can be delivered in just a few simplistic words. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read but hits you hard, like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do so great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it. Yep, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. Helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into this than I realised. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yep, guess not. But I had to humour her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but Natsuki's feeling proud and I won't take it away from her. Especially if that means I don't have to hear any more rude comments from her. They don't bother me, but I'd rather not hear them. Either way, I pass the poem back. Across the room, Monica goes happily chatting. My eyes land on Natsuki and Yuri. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their representative poems. As I read in tandem, I watched each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration, meanwhile Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Huh? Do you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returned the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it didn't really come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Story liked it, and Echo did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some advice on my suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. And I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Echo liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. So he suddenly stands up. Oh. Didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress the new guy, Yuri. That's not what I... You're just... He stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Echo appreciates my poem more than he appreciates yours. Huh? How do you know he didn't appreciate mine more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everything okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose things magically grew bigger as soon as Echo started showing up. Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly both of them turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Echo? She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. She get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out to the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her. But wait, there's a reason we have many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessary but limiting yourself. It's also a waste. You understand that, Echo? Like both of them placed my hands on the table. Well, why did I have to get dragged into this? I'm not here for more than 2 days. I'm already dragged in such a frivolous altercation. Both of them are staring at me for an answer. Listen, you two. It's probably one of the most stupid arguments I've ever heard. And I've literally heard 2 grown men argue over a soda and nearly beat each other to death because of it. Fact of the matter is, you both should definitely not be attacking each other because of something like this. From what I understand, there are reasons writing has so many variations, each with different impacts and emotions. But Natsuki. Yeah? Your writing is simplistic because that's how you like to write. I direct my cold, dead gaze to Yuri. And Jerry. Yes. Your writing is more formal and complex because it's how you choose to write. But that doesn't make either of your guys' writing inferior. Both of your poems were great and I was impressed by both of them. Oh, okay. I guess. Now, if you'd both would keep me out of your petty and frivolous arguments, I'd appreciate it. Both are sunken in their seats into feet. Tori stands up and cries out after I silence myself. Asuki Yuri. You guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I like them all because of their differences. Asuki's poems are amazing because they give you many feelings with few words, and Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint a beautiful picture in your head. And everyone's so talented. Also, Asuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's things are the same as always been. Sayori. She stands triumphantly. Mark stands behind her with a bewildered expression. Asuki and Yuri nod their heads. Yeah. Asuki doesn't respond, just sits in a chair with a blank expression while completely silent. I go with Monica and make eye contact. So, this is why Sayori's vice president? I whisper to her. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader and I can organise things, but I'm not very good at people. Couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. It isn't like I could blame you. An argument like that, a bit completely stupid in nature, is still difficult to resolve. But Sayori handled that much better than I expected of her. That's sorry for you. You also did well handling yourself there too, Echo. Let's just say I'm used to these things. Nonetheless, thank you. Okay everyone, it's just about time for us to leave. How do you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright, well mostly. Echo, how are you? I'd say it was interesting. Turn to Sayori. Echo, are you ready to walk home? Sure, let's go home. It beams at me. Sorry? But what happened earlier? What do you mean? You're between Yuri and Asuki? Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? What? Jump to conclusions and assume like that is foolish, Sayori. It gets people killed. Bottom line, no, I don't hate them. It takes quite a lot for me to hate someone. I just wanted to see what your opinion was. I can see them why they make good friends of you. You know, Echo, it's nice to get to spend time with you in the club. If you say so. I do. Every day is going to be so much fun. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught into the fact that I haven't joined the club. We'll have to see what the future holds. Pats her on the shoulders. I turned to walk away, but she grabbed my arm. Echo, what do you want? Again, I don't. It's a bit unnecessary. Can we hang out more today? I have things I have to do, sorry. Really? Yes. Chip housed me while I wave off towards my house. Tori waves by to me and she skips towards her home. Again, 20 past 2. What on earth are we 2:15 in the morning? I roll up to my left side of my bed. Increasingly getting more irritated at myself each time. I'm usually never this restless unless I just got done with work. I lift myself out of my bed and look out my window. The night is clear and empty, which is something I'm familiar with. There's been many times I was forced to remain motionless and brush in the brush on a night like this, waiting and waiting. There were even times when it would rain consistently, but after a while you get used to it. I remember back in middle school, some days during PT it would be freezing and pouring out. Of course our instructors didn't care. A few of my classmates and I didn't think we could continue. I swear some of the water on my undergarments had begun to freeze. I hated it. It taught me just how far a human body can go in severe conditions. It's clear I won't be sleeping for a while, so I get up and get out of bed. Might as well take a walk. As I walked down the nicely maintained sidewalk of the neighbourhood, I passed by Sayori's house. Sayori's a bubbly girl. Well, you could say it's rare to come by. Her energy is uplifting. She reminds me of... Stop walking. No. I mustn't let myself. Words in my mouth without being sourness to them. Continuing to walk on the block, but mind consistently haunts me about something. She wouldn't want me to. I raise my head up and look at the night sky. So this is why I can sleep here. Leave to live a normal life. The past remains with me, no matter how far I run. If I could just say those 2 words to you, my conscience would not eat at me. You're very important to me after all. You were there for me when no one else was. When you found me, you showed me that I could be useful. With your outstretched arm offering your hand to me, those eyes projecting nothing but acceptance and love. You are useful to someone somewhere, Echo. Even if it's for a day, you will know you did the right thing where your memories linger. Those 3 sentences you spoke have engraved themselves into my mind. Even when you're gone, you still have so much influence on me. I lower my head in a futile effort to strengthen my resolve. Why so much hate though? I don't get that. Why so much hate? Hi everyone. Oh hey Tori. Oh, Echo isn't with you today? Actually, I haven't seen him at all today. He wasn't any of the classes we share. Oh, well I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully he's not sick or anything. He probably got scared and ran off to a new school. Natsuki. That doesn't sound like Echo. I mean, we've only known him for a few days, but he has a specific... Wait, what is the word? Demeanor? Ah yes. He doesn't look the type of guy to get easily scared, let alone by a few girls at the club. I certainly hope not. He's a pretty fascinating person. Did I say that loud? Why yes, you did, Yuri. Creepy was more like it. Creepy? How do you presume that? Well, his eyes. I looked right through you. Natsuki, you were staring at Echo's eyes? No. Yeah, it's okay if you were. I think all of us found him a little interesting. What do you find interesting about him, Sorry? Well, for starters, he's very smart. He also knows a lot of stuff that you don't learn in school. And he is nice, well, mostly. Well, he does certainly seem to have a lot of interesting abilities. Observational, of course. What kind of stuff has he told you about that you wouldn't learn in school? Well, for starters, he told me when you go camping in a new area, it sounds weird at first, but when you get into it, it makes a lot of sense. Kind of like knowing where you are and where everything is. Those are two of them cool things about the weather. The weather? Yeah, like how you can tell if a storm is coming without any clouds. I guess he's a jack of all trades then? Huh. If I didn't know any better, I would assume you were talking about me. Echo? Yep, that's my name. What do you all have those looks on your faces for? We were wondering where you were. You kinda went missing on us all of a sudden. Yeah. I'd admit, we did think you ran off. Don't assume such stupid things. Walk over to Sorry and Monica and take my seat. Okay, I didn't see any of our other classes earlier. Why'd you ask? I was worried, that's all. Don't worry about me. I just had something to do today. And it caused me to miss a good portion of the day. Yeah, what was it? Don't worry about it, Sorry. Looking around to the others. Monica and Yuri talking about what I can perceive as an upcoming event. Natsuki is intently at her desk waiting for something to happen. So what have I missed? Not much actually. We barely started. Ah. On the other hand, why did you show up here? Yeah, what do you mean? Well, you don't want to join a club, so there's no reason for you to come at the end of the day. Well, let me tell you this. My body face hurt. I don't think you would let me hear the end of it if you walked home alone. What? Don't worry me. I think I've come to learn that from you by now. What makes you think I'd do that? Well, for starters, you consistently badger me with questions about stuff that you have no business in. For example, not even a minute ago you asked me what made me miss some of my school day. Then, when you are not satisfied with the answer you're given, you try to circumvent that for later, which I assume later you will ask again why I missed some classes. Am I wrong? Well, Echo, you got pretty much good idea and mind of Sorry nailed down. It's rather obvious by now. Okay, I won't ask you any more questions. I didn't say you couldn't, just make It's taken over and so when it's given to you. Alright Monica, you can continue. I won't install your club any further. You're installing us, silly. We were happy to wait for you even if you didn't show up. How very thoughtful. We'll start just in a moment. Okay. Hey, Echo. I'm a little hungry. Will you come to me to buy a snack? No. Eh? Please? No. Why not? I have my reasons. Eh? Get one yourself. But I want you to come with me. Sorry, can I take out your purse? Why that all of a sudden? No reason really. I just want to look at it. So nervous you choose her coin purse. He fumbles the latch and gets it open. When she turns it upside down and lets his contents spill out on the desk. Only two small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see why for you, sorry. That's not fair. How would you even know? It's simple. If you had enough time in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club. Either you're not hungry and wanted an excuse to walk, or you plan to conveniently forget where you spent all your money, so I'd have to lend you some. But from what I've seen, you're always hungry, so that only really leaves one option. Ah, I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Here's Sunny giggles, huh? I didn't notice that she was listening in, based in the books as always. I wasn't listening or anything, it was just something in my book. Yuri, tell Echo to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, sorry. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. Well, very well put. I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed in my book. I really like it when you speak your mind, Jerry. It doesn't have a much better fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right though. It's even bad and I have to accept my retribution. That. Still coming from you, sorry? I guess there's a little devil inside of all of us, isn't there? Yeah, out of nowhere something smacks Sorry in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Ow. What was... A cookie? Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sorry glances around. Is this a miracle? Is it because I paid my retribution? Actually, that one almost worked. I was gonna give it to you, but when I heard you blab about the cupcakes, it was totally worth seeing your reaction though. Natsuki, that's so nice of you. I'm so happy. So he hugs the cookie. Just eat it already. So he rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. I cast her hands over her tongue. Bit my tongue. You're going through a lot just over one cookie. So he takes a bite of her own cookie. Yours is really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez. I guess can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah? Why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. I'm really happy you shared this with me. Then grabs her, gets out to her seat and goes behind and wraps her arms around her. Ah, jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches out to nudge Shoei off. Shoei suddenly started to take a bite of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Well, Shoei trusts way to safety. You and I laugh as well. Geez, you're such a kid sometimes. Lean back in my chair and survey each of the others. Note that Sorry and Monica are discussing something and listen in conveniently. Take one of my books out and back and prop it up in my hand. Say the same phrase and reread it over and over. Are we gonna seem really lame compared to the other clubs? Or we can't give up. We can't give up? The festival is our chance to show everyone what literature is about. The problem is that the idea of literature sounds too dense and intellectual. But it's not like that at all. We just need a way of showing that to everyone. That literature speaks to their creative minds. That doesn't solve the problem though. Now what do you mean? Even if we can't have the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place if it's a literature event. But it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, you know? After they can, we can do things to speak to their creative minds. Yeah, that's a good point. In that case, do you think food would be a good trick? What kind? Well, I guess we could Cupcakes. Good thinking. Suki would love to do that. Ah, you're right. Suki makes the best cupcakes. That would work out perfectly. I don't even know what that means. That was why you suggested, wasn't it? Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy. Cupcakes it is then. I'm hungry. Anyway, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. Event? I guess I heard correctly yesterday. However, I haven't heard of any events coming up while in a class. Hello Smith, sorry you're late. Hey, no problem at all, welcome back. How are you doing? Perhaps a club exclusive event? From the way they were positioning the proposal of the cupcakes, they're attempting to attract new members. Or another feeble try to get me at joining. It isn't like I haven't entertained the thought. My afternoons are pretty much more empty than I originally anticipated. But do I want to though? I do enjoy reading, it is the only pastime for the majority of the evening. I never did come here to walk Troy home every day. Hello? I'm broken at my trance-like thought by Troy waving your hands in front of my face. What do you want? I've been calling your name. Speak up then. Look up at her. What is it? Do you not want to be here, Echo? You aren't really investing yourself in the activities. AFK, yep, no problem. Activities? No one's doing anything. I'm literally just waiting for whatever you people have planned. You guys have planned. And I'm reading. Is that not related to literature? I guess. Well, you guessed correctly. You look really tired. Do I? Yes, so I thought you maybe dozed off. I can assure you I'm very much conscious. I was thinking about something. Oh? Also, I've noticed you are late to school at times. Huh? Do you oversleep, sorry? Not every day. That's not very convincing. How many days of this past week have you gotten up on time? It's a secret. I knew it. Come on. At least give me the benefit of the doubt. I can't even do that. Looks right, it's written all over you. She glances around at herself. How is it written all over me? You were clean and rushed this morning. Look at your hair sticking out all around here. One finger just on the side of her hair, trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need a brush for this. My hair is just really hard to get right. I won't fall for that. They're more than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't straight either. And there's tough paste stain on your collar right here. Should I wipe it off with my finger? But nobody would ever notice that. Of course they would. They're always going to tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. But I really don't care about that. Hey, you meanie. And you don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, sorry. Why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? That's super mean. Sorry, but you'll thank me later. The button your blazer from bottom to top. But see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. This is so funny. What is your lack of care of your own looks? I was thinking how weird it is to have a friend who does these kind of things. Well, we live next to each other, attend class with each other, and I'll walk you home afterwards. Let's just say I don't want to look like a slob when I'm around you. You need to take care of your appearance, sorry. The more disabled you look, the easier it stands out to people. But it's not okay to stand out? Like being unique? Not for everyone. Some people prefer to remain hidden in crowds. Troy looks at me with that when I say a sentence. You can just say it out loud, you know. Oh, are you talking about yourself? Are you not? How did you know? I smirk. It's okay though. I'm glad we're like this. What do you mean, we? Not doing this for your own good. There's no we to be considered here. Still, I appreciate it. Hey, be careful. Button might come off. This button is rather difficult to close. Struggle to firmly close the button near her chest. Man, this blazer doesn't even fit you properly anymore. It did when I bought it. If you ever buttoned it, you would have noticed soon that it doesn't fit you anymore. You probably should just lay off the junk food. Ray smiles. Why are you smiling? It means they're getting bigger. I check my hand with my blazer. Anyway, you look much better now, like someone who has a degree of self-respect. I won't lie, it is a little strange to see Troy's blazer buttoned up like that. For the short time I've known her, it's always been unbuttoned. The fact the school lets it go on is even more puzzling. They're so stuffy. It's not worth it at all. So it hastily unbuttons the blazer once more. Phew. That's so much better. He puts the arms and twirls around. You're an odd one, sorry. Heh. We're going to the bathroom. Pass out the club room. What on earth did we come back to? We were pretty much telling Sawyer how terrible she looks. How scruffy and messy everything is. And then what with button up her blazer or her jacket, and we buttoned it up for her, and then she instantly unbuttons it. Yuri has her face buried in a book. Monica is casually writing down into one of her notebooks, and Natsuki has disappeared into the closet. It would seem awkward if I just sat here doing nothing. Hey, the first real question. Okay, our first choice. Our actual first meaningful choice. Let's go for the feisty one. Ugh. Here Natsuki has aspirated a sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You looking for something in there? Freaking Monica. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point of keeping your collection organized if someone else is going to mess it up? Natsuki has a bunch of stacked boxes and books and boxes across the shelf. What's she looking for? Collection? Oh wait, didn't Monica say the other day she keeps a manga collection in the club room? Are you looking for the manga? You read manga, right? I've read some, but I don't actively read it. Don't ever have the drive or time to, really. Manga's one of those things where it's either your type of thing or it isn't. For me, it is the latter. Purely because I've never read a lot of it. There's a lone volume manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one shelf. Curiously, I pull out the stack. There it is. She snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips into the right middle of the rest. Ah, much better. Seeing a box set of one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. It looks like Natsuki had a form of OCD. Can't lie, it slightly bothered me as well. A closer look at the series she's admiring. Buffet girls? It's either I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can do it through the glass on that door. It points to the classroom door. Making assumptions like that is extremely stupid, Natsuki. Well, you have it written all over your face. So you can read my emotions solely based on my bearing? Said Natsuki directly in the eyes. Well, why are you staring at me like that? What am I thinking right now? I don't know, maybe something stupid. I continue to stare. What I am doing is a simple intimidation factor. We manage to keep bearing and focusing solely on the subject's eyes, they begin to second guess themselves over the most simple of things. And it's solely out of a growing intimidation. You can ask almost any untrained person, having someone consistently maintain eye contact easily create unease. Once you display the unease, you've already won. Can you stop? He shakes slightly. Yeah, sure. Suki, I believe you had the wrong idea of my reaction to this manga. I've never heard of it before, and so I have no right to judge it. Yeah, you shouldn't judge things without learning about them. Exactly, kind of like me, eh? What do you mean by that? Well, I recall when I first walked into the room, you attacked me simply because I was a male. You didn't get a chance to learn or get to know me, so in a sense you're hypocritical. Right. Guess I was wrong about that. I'm sorry. Yeah, fine. It's not like you hurt my feelings or anything. The she looks off to the side. Anyway, what's this manga about? It's embarrassing to admit, but I'm interested in this. Oh, let me show you. As he pulls out the first volume of the box, he shoves the book right into my hands. Stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colourful attire striking feminine poses. It's exceedingly mo. Don't just stand there. Grabs my arm and pulls me out the closet. She enters a seat against the wall beneath the windowsill. She passes another next to her, signaling me to sit there. Oh, nice transition. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? Take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. But wait, we're reading this together? Duh. Okay. I guess it is easier to be boarded like this. Don't just say that. You make me feel weird about it. Crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Alright. Didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. I'll admit she caught me off guard. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I don't notice. I feel it peeing over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I started reading? You don't get to go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I finish the series. Hey, are you paying attention? Huh? I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I don't really enjoy those. Life isn't never as happy as these stories make it seem. I find it very unrelatable. Sure, maybe for a little while life is stabilized and mellow out, but no matter what, it's going to kick your door down and drag you out. And even if it kick and scream, it will be no avail. So, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be a plot? Well, obviously, you think I would enjoy something that doesn't have a plot? I mean, well, I guess you know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning is about simple things, like those really funny chapters you're obsessed with Guy at the ice cream shop. That helps you get to know the characters, and besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there's all kinds of drama, like when they get into the backstories of when some of the romance starts to happen. That's what really makes it good, and there are so many touching parts. That's a fact. It sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you. Hey, wait. What's that supposed to mean? It isn't hard to understand. So he gives a little shove. I just meant that I haven't seen you at your full power. Good save. Now, this chapter seems to be about baking. This is just a guess, but is there a lot of baking in this manga? Well, pause for a moment as if she doesn't want to admit something. Yeah? What does that matter? Well, you enjoy baking too, right? That's just a coincidence. Jay just happened to get into baking on the same time I got this manga. Like I would ever get into something because it's in a manga. I feel bad for anybody that impressionable. Definitely not a coincidence. I guess that explains her interest in baking. Still, of all hobbies to pick up for manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention she's very good at it, so judging is fruitless. Read on for a few more minutes. I finish a couple of chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? Oh, okay. I'm going to turn my light on, it's got so dark. It shows it's getting late. The years are going by. What I mean is, it shows that it's getting later in the year because it's progressively getting darker and darker. Oh, I will say so far, other than a few hints of new stuff, this has more or less been identical to the base game. Club-wise, the club has been more or less the same throughout the game. Like, I presume it'll pick up towards the festival, but we'll see. It's not even though you're just watching me read. Well, I'm fine with that, if you say so. Yes, it's fun to share something you like with someone else. You know what I mean? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Ugh. I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga's for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, you haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face. I am aware of those kind of people. And I am one of them at times. Some people choose to close their mind to certain areas of culture, never deviating from that, and if you do, you're an outcast. I look down upon without a second glance. The 3 glances down on my right hand, which is in a fist. I release my grip shortly after. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safe in the club room. Except Monaco's kind of a jerk about it. Ugh, can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, I'm here, and I am reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. At least you're enjoying yourself, right? So, enjoy it. Jeez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. Flip the page, suddenly Natsuki starts to laugh. I forgot that happens. The thing on one of the panels. Mira's my favorite character. You always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky. But I guess especially bad when... Ooh, I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Let's finish this chapter. Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast to her unusual bossy tone. But if she's not used to sharing with her favorite manga with her friends, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when connecting with someone like that. And being able to provide that to Natsuki, for whom it's a rare experience, the thought makes me smile a little to myself. I have something extra planned for today, so if everyone could come and sit at the front. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do you really have to put something on for the festival? It's not like we can put anything together, anything good in just a few days. We'll end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Shorty has been working on posters and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. That's okay and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Sorry, well, you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monica, yes, we're going to be on a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite a poem too. Troy's putting on the posters in case everyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Hehehe. Who's been carrying a poster holds up for us to see? Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting these posters up, did you? Well, I did. You really think that's bad of an idea? Well, no. It's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know. There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagine that Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys, no sorry. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple of days ago. It's locked for them to ask to recite their poems out loud to a room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that, so I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of the club. If we start the event and each of us put on a good performance, then we'll inspire others to do the same. And the more people perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature's about. Yeah, it's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're in the club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same things that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, but I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent, and Tori looks worried. Guess it leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think Tori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Non-so-napla, yo, hey, welcome, hello, welcome to stream, how you doing? Well, maybe, but... Looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Ugh, okay, fine. Guess I'll have to get it over and done with. Alright. You. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's facial expressions. I guess I don't really have much of a choice. That's everyone. Bye, Marie. I'm doing good, thanks. Is this a mod? Yep. This is the Fruits of the Literature Club. Fan mod. Fan-made mod. So we're very early. We're very early on in it. We're very early on. At the moment, we're still like. A lot of what we're seeing now is overlapping with what we saw in the base game. So I'm hoping once we get this festival, get past the festival, it's just start picking up. You're the best, Jeremy. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh, you'll be fine. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours, and we're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way. Monica, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a bit more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monica flips through her notebook to a specific poem she has in mind. It stands behind the podium. Oh shit. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her tone is clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is precise. She knows exactly how to apply emotion between each line she recites, bringing the words to life. This is something she does before. It is something she'd done before, or is it simply a natural? A glance around me, everyone has their eyes on Monica. Tori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes her recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good. Thank you very much. I was hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go, Tori? I'll go next. Wow, Yuri's all fired up all of a sudden. Clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks over to the podium. This poem is called His Anxious Glances at All of Us. You can do this, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's tone shaky as she begins reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting so much effort in? As she gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happened when she gets to open her books. The quivering words transform into sharp symbolisms of a fierce and confident person. The poem is full of twists and turns. It's in structure that she educates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed within her head. Suddenly she finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back to reality and glances around as if she bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterwards and we give Yuri a recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds a poem to her chest and brushes back. Yep, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri went down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. So he hops out of the chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one is called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Sorry. It's a lot harder than I thought. How would you guys do it so easily? Try not to think like you're saying to other people. Imagine you're saying it to yourself in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's like your poem, so it'll come out best that way. I see. Okay then. Roy begins her poem. Somehow it feels her soft voice was a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Story is. It's surreal and bittersweet. If I were to read it on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Story's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. So it finishes and we applaud. I did it. Good job, Story. Even Echo liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Story. The atmosphere of the poem fits you very nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work as well with the kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. We might need a little more force behind them depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. That's, well, I've been practicing for that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. But next I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time for the festival, you know? Okay then. That leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. He grudgingly gets out of his seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. She takes a breath. She starts reciting the poem. Her sour attitude dissipates a little. While she's still a little enthusiastic, her poem has a rhythm to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they can bounce up and down as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not be making me do that again. Well, you at least need to feel prepared enough to recite in front of other people. I mean, doing it in front of other people would be easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. When it comes to my friends, it's embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it'd be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... I guess in that case, you haven't much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming today. It must have been hard, but I hope you all thought an idea of what it's like. Maybe you'll be able to pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival. I'll be making pamphlets to let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Okay everyone, I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. Been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. After the festival, we've finished planning tomorrow, and we'll have weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this. All right. Stand up, ready to go, sorry? Yep. Look at you two, always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? No reason to make a big deal out of it. It's the only reason I'm here anyway. Must be a little nice though. I'm not important, so I guess not. Each of them shoot me a puzzle clock. It's okay, Echo, you don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go already. Welcome to once more, but I feel something's different this time. She's much quieter than normal. Sorry, why are you so quiet? Eh? What do you mean? Well, normally you would have been talking about something I would normally tune out, but ever since we left the club room, you've been very silent. I don't mind the silence, but from you is creepy. Well, I guess it's because of one thing you said back there. Eh? You said you weren't important. But you are. What are you saying? Echo, everyone's important. And I am sure that you are not an exception. I don't know why you're so hell-bent on this fixation. Oh, that's gonna go on. Didn't your mum ever tell you this? My mum? Well, I never met her, so I don't really know, huh? Oh, I'm sorry for bringing it up. What is with the sad face? I don't care. Everyone needs a mum figure. Well, I guess there was one person who took me in when I was young and cared for me. Oh, she was like your mum? I wouldn't really call her a mum type of person. She was my guardian for sure. Oh, she was like kind of like your mum then. Guess you could say that. Now we're home. Yep. Listen, Echo. I don't want to join the club, but I really want to say thank you. Yeah. It made me really happy. I know you haven't made any friends at school yet, but I guess what I'm trying to say is I appreciate you staying after school for me. Sorry. Honestly, I've kind of enjoyed my time at the club. What? Wipe the look off your face. I guess this is my silly way of saying, let's do this. I'm going to join the literature club. Wait, for real? Yes, but there's no need to get excited as you are. I'm so happy, Echo. She hops up and down and wraps her arms around me. Get off me. I remove her arms from on my torso. Listen, if you're gonna make an assault such as on me, I need a warning. Sorry, I'm just happy. Turns around and skips off to her house. Bye, Echo. Yeah. Watch her leave. Did I make a mistake? Guess we'll see. I crack a smile and begin to walk home. Whatever this is, he doesn't like it. The smile that didn't even last more than 4 seconds before my phone rings. Ready? They said it wouldn't be as often. What on earth is our character doing? 8:15? Troy's bedroom. Yeah, he said he would join. That's great, I'm relieved. Monica's voice emanates from Troy's loudspeaker. She has been talking to Monica for a few minutes as she puts away the laundry. We finally have a 5th member. We can be an official club. Haha, that's right. Troy's one by one puts her garments away in the dresser. Ugh, I should really clean up my room. Is it still messy? Yeah. I don't really clean it that often. Well, what if Echo came over and saw that? What do you mean by that? Well, he would see your room all dirty, silly. Why would he be in my room? Hehehe. So it takes a second to decipher what Monica meant. Eh? Monica? So your reaction caused Monica to giggle. That's gross. Alright, I'm sorry. I step out on the path that leads to my backyard. The silence outside makes it so much easier to think. I sit down on the lawn chair and lean my head back so I can look into the stars. Man, the expirated sigh I have somewhat relieved my frustration. Lately, the company has been calling me in more and more, but not even for my intended purpose. Odd jobs here and there. Go get this, go deliver that. Just shut up already. I wish I could say that. I wasn't trained for office work. Top it off, when I was permitted to come here, I was told I was going to be on reserve. Only be used when absolutely necessary. If you were here, you could correct this frivolous behavior, but you're not, and I'm on my own. Yeah, would you have been proud of me for what I did? A look that softened expression in his face. Why am I being called? What is that? What is your intern too scared to look you in the eye? His insolent behavior from looking his face when I stepped closer to him made me smirk. I wasn't trained to do your intern's job. I am not your toy. Don't treat me as such. I normally would have been apprehended and hauled off for correction. But I think the executive understood that he was out of line, because I was assigned to another person. Fortunately, I'm never going to escape the underlying concern in the back of my mind no matter what. It's something I'll never be able to run from. Something catches my eye to the left. It's Rory's house, her bedroom lights on and she seems to be changing clothes. But isn't what caught my attention. I heard something in the bushes nearby. The rhythmic sound of silent footsteps. I remained low to the ground and silently moved towards the front of my house. Could it be? No, it can't be. I closed my eyes and wait for the sound again. Gotcha. I started going the bush that leads alongside the sidewalk, remaining out the streetlights and other miscellaneous lights. I peer on the corner and notice a boy around my age trying to peer into Sari's window. I get behind him, grab him by the back of his shirt collar and pull him down forcefully. Yeah? What's your problem? I get up from the ground, but I place my foot in his chest and hold him down. Mine? Mine? What do you think you're doing looking into a girl's bedroom like that? I look down at him and his eyes meet his. Mind your own business. I reach down and pick him up by his collar once more. I'm making it my business. He pushes me back while attempts to. I predicted this. As soon as his hand makes contact with my chest, I wrap one hand around his left arm. My right arm reaches into his right. Bring his left arm inwards, pulling him closer. Due to his tall body, he is forced to hunch over towards me, giving me the perfect opportunity to shove his right arm down, beginning his right next closer. Ooh, it's getting interesting. It's his chance. My right elbow strikes him in his throat. Ugh. Then stagger back as I panic confusion. I step closer, force him to move away. Oops. Do you want to continue? Or will you leave? Your eyes. What's with your eyes? Take another step closer. Yeah. He coughs and struggles to breathe. He reaches out to lunge at me. To my left, in a clockwise motion, rotating his head and make contact with his ribcage. Claps onto his knee and he looks up at me. Grabbed by his hair and forces his attention. Said leave. If I ever see you here again, I will not hesitate as I am now. Whoa, who are you? My hands are on his throat. You understand? He nods. Push him back where he gets back up to his feet clumsily and runs off. Watch him feel like a dog with his tail between his legs. His window's open. Get close to the wall as possible, I can see myself in my view. To be caught right now would not do me any good. She looks around for a moment, then closes her window. View. I lie down in bed and stare at the ceiling. That boy, I've never seen him before. He either doesn't go to our school or I've missed him. But why was he attempting to peep at Sori like that? It doesn't matter anymore. But was that what I did necessary? I mean, I could have just let him peek at Sori. Something inside of me just feels anger at what he did. Am I really going to like these lot? Not bad. Okay, and I think that's what I'll do actually. We'll have a lot of saves over here and we'll keep our options here. Oh man. Okay, I think we'll call it here for today. I'll wrap it up at night. It's about a 2-hour stream. So I think that'd be good. Yeah, 2 hours. Literally 2 hours on the dot. We're gonna be live again tomorrow. I think we might be doing some Undertale. I don't know. I'll see how I am. It'll be either Undertale or more Doki Doki. I'll admit that bit of the mod was kind of cool. Our card is getting better. He's been a bit more respectful than he was at the start. But so far it's quite interesting. Our guy has quite a mysterious job, so what he's doing I don't know. But we'll see. We'll find out later. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please consider following and subscribing. If you haven't done so already, and if you have, thank you. It means a lot, and it'll help me grow even larger than I am. Anyway, have a good night, have a good morning, afternoon, evening and night. So yep, I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.